Welcome or welcome back. My name's Joanne and today I'm coming at you barefaced and looking a little rough. I still have a little bit of a cold. I'm just getting over it. But I'm going to be doing eye and arm swatches of, drumroll please, the new Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette. I was debating whether or not to get this because she pricey, okay? But I've been wanting one of her palettes since the third one, and that's when she really came onto my radar. But so this is the outside. I really love this packaging. It's almost like an oil slick. So this is like an affirmation type of palette, which I love. So you have the mirror that says I am. I think that's what this is called. Yeah, the I Am palette. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. I have not touched these shades yet. I've only opened it and looked at them. So pretty. They're all shifty. No, I don't think they're all shifty shades, but most of them are. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into these swatches, and after the swatches, I'm going to go off camera, do my makeup, and then come back to do an eye look. So like I said, this is a pricey palette. It retails for $125. I have bought Adept at this price, but I've been wanting a Lightwork palette, and I'm honestly glad that I didn't get the one last year because I wouldn't be into the water activated shades, but this is so fun. I love my shimmers, I love my sparkles. More about this palette. I believe there are 7 different formulas, which we'll see if I can actually tell a difference between them. This first row is called Soft Energy, so I think they're more like topper shades. This middle row is called Bold Energy. They're so pretty. And then this last row is Grounding Energy. I'm really excited to use this. Like I said, there are, I think, a few shades that aren't shifty shades, but we'll find that out. And then on the plastic, it says which shade is what formula. So first we have the shade Resilient, which is a Heavenly Halo. Ooh, this feels very smooth. Yeah, this is definitely more of a topper shade. And then we have Radiant, which is also a Heavenly Halo. Ooh, that one's even smoother. That's like an orange, green, pink flip. The first one looks like a blue purple flip, and it's like a little icy. Next we have the shade Centered right here, which is a fusion flake. Okay, I was expecting it to feel like more flaky, but it's pressed in there pretty well. Yeah, these are definitely topper shades. So pretty. And I kind of like that because it just makes this palette more versatile because you can layer it on top of other shades. So next we have the shade Protected right here, which seems to be a pink to blue. That one's very smooth, and that one's also a Heavenly Halo. And then we have the shade Evolving right here, which is, I believe, the last Heavenly Halo formula, and that's what that one looks like. And then going into the Bold Energy row, we have the shade Strong, which looks like a blue to purple to teal. Oh, that is pigmented. I mean, I hope I can capture the shifts. Wow. That's definitely like a black-based multi-chrome, but boy, is it shifty. I don't know. It looks so teal on the camera. Next, we have the shade, oh, I forgot to mention, Strong is a silk press shifter, and it definitely feels silky. And next is the shade Brave. Oh, that is so pretty. That's like pink to bluish green. So this is also a silk press shifter. Oh, this one is a little more flaky though. Oh, that's pretty. It has like a white base to it, I think. It has a whiteness to it. Okay, next we have the shade Fierce, which looks like an orange, yellow, red. And this is a whipped powder shifter. Okay, this feels creamier than the Silk press shifter. Oh, that is so pretty. It's like an orange, red, yellow, green. Next is the shade Fearless, which is another whipped powder shifter. And those are what that one, I don't think I showed you this one. That's what those ones look like. Okay, that one looks a little more iridescent. Okay, that's definitely flaky. Oh, that's so pretty. It's like a pink, purple, blue, green type shade. Yeah, that one's like a yellow, orange, red type of shade. And I was debating on whether or not to get this palette because I have so many indie palettes and singles that have special shades, but I decided why not? Next is the shade Loved, which is this pinky peach it looks like. And this is another Silk press shifter. That's what that one looks like. Definitely feels a little drier. Next is the shade Healed, which is like a pink purple with like green, which is also a Silk press shifter. And then we have Inspiring, which is a whipped powder shifter. That one's very much like a grayish type shade. Yeah, that definitely is like a pink to peach with, what is it, green sparkle in it? Oh, that one is very pigmented. Yeah, the Silk press shifters are, actually, I don't know. They're a little more smooth than the other ones, but all of them look pretty smooth. And then there's, what is it, Inspiring, which looks like a silver purplish pink type shade. I don't think you can see the shifts, which is really upsetting. Maybe I'll try the whole mirror tactic after I finish swatching all of these. Next we have the shade Abundant, which is this greenish type shade, which is another whipped powder shifter. And then the last row we have Invincible, which is, I believe the only molten metal shade. Oh, this one's very flaky. Like, that's the most flaky out of all of them. And then the shade Unstoppable, which is a suede shimmer. Yeah, that one's not as like sparkly as the other ones. It's more of just the basic shimmer formula. That one also has a black base, and it's like green, bluish teal, it looks like. And I'm sorry if you can hear anything in the background. I live at home, so that's gonna happen. Oh, that is a pretty silver. It's literally just a silver. Yeah, that is. See, those, that would be nice as like a base to top it off with something, which is compared to everything else, it's just not as impressive. Next is the shade Powerful right here, which is a cushion chrome. Oh, that's very smooth. That looks like it's like a pinky red to yellow to like green, maybe? I don't know. And then next is Unbreakable, which is another suede shimmer. And then lastly, we have Enough, which is another suede shimmer. Oh, that is not what I was expecting. That is such a dark base. I'm literally getting onto my elbow now. But there's the color story. Sorry that my voice is literally so rough. Now I'm gonna get into the eye swatches. Okay, so I brought you in closer so hopefully you can see well. And I do just have bare eyelids, no primer. Well, I have my skincare on, but nothing else, no eye primer, nothing. And I'm just gonna keep it like that because it's easiest. And I'm just gonna use my fingers for all of these because I use my fingers to apply my shimmers. So first is Resilient. That is so pretty. Oh my. Definitely a topper shade, but it's very blue from my point of view. I think on camera it's very blue too. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the shade Radiant right here on the other eye. This one's so smooth. I feel like that one's not as sparkly as the first one, but that would make like a really nice, just like everyday type of shifty shade. It's definitely like a peach to like pink. Yeah, there's definitely yellow. Like it looks pink on camera and then it looks yellow when I'm looking down at the mirror. But yeah, that one's smoother, it looks less sparkly than the first one. And definitely still have sparkles from before. Just ignore that. Okay? Okay. So next is the shade Centered right here. Yeah, this one's definitely flaky. Like you barely even have to tap in. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. And this almost has like a grip to it. I don't know if it's because I just use a makeup wipe on my eye. That is so pretty. It literally just looks like a peachy shade. Next is the shade Protected right here. Again, feels very smooth, similar to Radiant. Oh, it's definitely a pink to purple. Maybe a little blue in there too. Next, I have the shade Evolving, which is the last of the Soft Energy row. This one feels more like Resilient. It looks more like Resilient too. Oh, that is so pretty. That green is so pretty. There's definitely like a clear base to these. It's nice because like you can work almost in columns. So like you could layer this on top of enough, you know? That'd be really pretty. So going into the bold energy, we have the shade Strong right here, which is one of the more intense multi-chromes. Oh, wow. Okay. That, I don't know if you can see the shift. It's definitely like a teal to purple. And then like looking down, it's a very blue. It's definitely a black-based multi-chrome. I'm just gonna have sparkles everywhere now. Next is the shade Brave right here, which is a lot more flaky. This is definitely more of a topper shade, but that is so pretty. Oh, I hope I was not blocking you. It looks very blue, green, and purple. Definitely doesn't have a base to it. Very pretty copper shade. I just realized I forgot that I could use my other eye too. But we move on. So next is the shade Fierce. That is definitely another pigmented multi-chrome. Let me just go in with a tiny bit more. It's definitely a red, orange, yellow, and like green. That is so pretty. Next is the shade Fearless. I think that's one thing about these pans is that if you go sideways, it's very easy to get this shade in with this shade. I don't know, that's like such a small thing, but and normally you're not holding a palette like this. I feel like you're holding a palette horizontally. So I guess it's not really a big deal, but just putting it out there. Ooh. That is so pretty. It's definitely like an orange, yellow, pink type of situation. And then with the shade Loved. This is definitely also a topper shade. It's not super pigmented. There's not really a base to it. Just looks pink to me. I'm pretty sure there's a shift to it, but I can't tell. Next is the shade Healed. That's another pigmented, like a black base multi-chrome. This is a purple to pink. It looks like, I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it in the mirror. And then the shade Inspiring right here. That one doesn't really look like it has a shift to it. It's like a bluish gray type of shimmer. And then we have the shade Abundant. So this is another one of the black-based multi-chromes. I'm sorry that these are getting worse and worse as the time goes, but my eyes kind of hate me right now. So this is definitely a green. See, on my finger it looks like a green to purple. I'm seeing more of like a green to like bluish teal. I'm not really seeing the purple. And then onto the last row, I have the shade, what is this? Invincible. Which, excuse you. Which, yeah, this is a very flaky shade. Very shiny. That's definitely a molten metal. I mean, look at that silver. That is so pretty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think that's the sparkliest one out of all of them. But I'm almost done. I have 4 more shades. Next, I have the shade Unstoppable. Yeah, that, like, just compared to everything else, this isn't as impressive. And I mean, are these necessary in this palette? To me, I don't think they are, just because it's an all shimmer palette, but these probably brought the price down a little, you know? That is pretty though. Next is the shade Powerful right here, if this would like to be in frame. I was not expecting this to be such a dark shade. Yeah. This has like the sparkle level of the suede ones. Like they're not, like, it's not as shimmery, glimmery as the other ones, but interesting. That definitely has a black base to it and it's pink. Last 2, home stretch. I can do this. Next is the shade Unbreakable right here. That one's actually pretty. Like, you could probably just use one of these, blend it out, top it off with one of the other shades. And honestly, that could be a look. I might just do that instead of bringing in another palette. That's what I was originally gonna do, but maybe not. And then lastly, thank goodness, is the shade Enough. Like, I feel like I could blend that out just with a finger. Like, I don't even need a brush, but I might use a brush just to see how it applies. Wow. Okay, those are the last 2 shades, and now I'm gonna try to go clean off as much of the sparkle, glitter, whatever you want to call it, off my face as I can, and do the rest of my makeup and come back for an eye look. My right eye is not happy with me right now. It's very red, and it's always the problem child. I swear. Like, you see that patch of eye primer that's missing? It's because my eye keeps watering. But, you know, I'm gonna finish this video. My foot is asleep. Should I just put the pink on there because it's already pink? And I kind of do want to use the pink though. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go into Unbreakable and kind of put that all over the lid and just blend it out and see how that goes. This might not be the best look because my eyes they're a little sensitive from the eye swatches. And I mean, I'm definitely not a makeup artist or anything. I just enjoy playing with makeup. So this isn't gonna be perfect, but whatever, it's fine. It's applying nicely with the brush. And it's blending out nicely too. Cute. Okay, now I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. That blended out so easily. Let me just get rid of the fallout. Also, I don't like the tone of my concealer. Also, this eye, just ignore everything about this eye. And my nose is so dry because I keep blowing it Ew, it's so crusty. It's so gross. Just ignore that if you can see it. Now I'm just gonna use my fingers, and I kind of want to go into Loved and Healed. So this split pan right here, I'm gonna first go into Healed, which is the black based multi-chrome, and just put it on the outer half of my lid. Just with my finger. Yeah, that's not really sparkly. It's very smooth. It's very pretty. I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye. And I've come to learn that I don't like having eyeshadow on my lower lash line just with my eye shape and all my lines and stuff down there. I just don't like it. But so now I'm going to go into Loved and put that on the inner half of my lid. This is really pretty, but I think it would help if it's just all over the lid. I feel like that's just how this palette should be used. Like just one shade, maybe use like a matte or something, or like one of these suede shimmers, and just put that in a crease and then use like one other shade and just put on the lid. I think that's probably the best way to use these, and not layering them, because multi-chromes are not meant to be layered, but I'm just trying to use as much as I can. It is very pretty though. I do like how it just like looks like it shifts from like the purple to the pink, but they're really two different shadows. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with Protected right here, I think. Yeah, why not? It has like a blue shift to it, but it should be okay. And I'm just gonna see how it picks up with a brush. And this is a Singe Beauty brush. Looks like it's picking up pretty well. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow. Just imagine that all over the lid. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, but I do feel weird not having anything on my lower lash line. So I'm just gonna take this Blend Bunny brush in the shade Unbreakable that I used first and just hopefully put that on my lower lash line and it'll be okay. I kind of like how that looks. So I'm just gonna go do my mascara, probably put in a water liner, and just like finesse this look a little, and I will come back to you with the final look and my first impression thoughts. Here's the final look. I really enjoy how it turned out. Let me just go through a few of the things I used. So I ended up finishing my look with the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Silky Nude, and then so this is my waterline, and then my mascara is the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara, which I really enjoyed before, but I think it's just like, because I literally just opened it, I think it's just too wet right now for me, because it just immediately weighs my lashes down. And then my lip combo is my current go-to, which is Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, and then Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which this is just a mini from last holiday, and I'm trying to use it up. I just have a tiny bit left. That's that. Anything else I will have linked in my description box. Getting into my first impressions of this palette, I mean, do I think it's worth the money? If you have a bunch of indie shadows, probably not, just because I still find indie shadows to be even more sparkly, but like if you don't like how indie shadows are so sparkly, you might actually like this, because this is more of like a smoother formula rather than like where you can see the shimmers, if that makes sense. And I do like the variety in the shades of this. So again, this is what it looks like. Initially, I thought that these wouldn't be useful, but if you're someone that just wants to use one palette and that's it, you could honestly do that with this palette using one of these shades, because I mean, I used the pink one and it blended out so easily, and it just looks like a matte. It looks like I used a matte. I mean, or you can mix this with other palettes, which is probably what I'm gonna do. And again, these shimmers aren't, I don't think are meant to be layered, unless if you're layering a shimmer over one of these shades. But other than that, they're not really layerable because they're multi-chromes and they're just special on their own. I honestly don't regret getting this though. I'm really happy that I have it. Like, do I have these shades in indie palettes? Probably. But at the same time, this just makes me happy, and I really like the meaning behind it, like being an affirmation type of palette. I mean, you can do like a more bold, colorful look, or you can use one of the more neutral shimmers like these ones, you know, or like this one, and you would be good to go. Or just using this as like a pop of color too. Again, if you have a bunch of indie palettes, I don't think you need this. It's not as sparkly either. It's really nice and smooth and easy to apply. I didn't use a brush with either of the other shimmers that I applied, but using a brush with Unbreakable, the shade I used as a matte, it worked really well. It applied very easily and it blended out very easily as well. I mean, the Sephora sale is coming up, and if you're interested, I would say go for it if you can swing it, because it's, again, very pricey. I regret nothing. All in all, do I think it's worth the money? I do, for me. Even though I have so many indie shadows, I'm still very happy that I got this. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel if you enjoy eyeshadow content, beauty, makeup. I mean, a lot of indie makeup too. With all that being said, I hope you have a great day and great night, whatever time it is for you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.